everyone, it's Piri Piri, and you're watching the HB Fan Club Center.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the late afternoon show with Harvey Beaks. This time we are doing a mini-sode because we weren't able to get everyone going for this one, so it's just me and my buddy Dreamcast. Say hi.
Hello there, everybody. Hello there, General Kenobi.
General Kenobi! So yeah, it's just going to be us today, doing a little mini-sode. So we're going to try to see if this one can go under an hour or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But in today's episode, we've got an interesting little predicament that my guy brought up the other week. It's the Harvey Beaks cast and what their favourite video games would be. Now, this is an interesting one because video games do technically exist in this world already, because Moff has some type of Super Nintendo-based thing in his household, and Mikey, of course, has like a Game Boy he's always playing. So some of these games might exist in their worlds, they might not. It's never seen.
I think Moth's console looks like a GameCube. For some reason, I keep it in mind. It's a GameCube.
It probably is, yeah. I can't remember if it was rectangular or a cube. I wasn't paying too much attention, but
Probably a circle. There's that one image of like a bootleg GameCube that's a green circle, something like that.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I believe he shows off like one game at least. It's like a fighting game that he wants to play with Irving.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh sorry, yep.
No, that was the startup. Let's start.
So yeah, we'll go through. I've got 12 different characters that we'll talk about today. Just the kids. We might do the adults on another episode. I don't know about that myself, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
And only the main cast, so no background characters, no Paul, no Pip, no these are characters that are the main cast plus Kathy.
Yeah, characters that at least get one episode that centers around them. I reckon that's a good basis to set type of thing.
Well, Mikey doesn't have an episode, and we're going to talk about him.
Technically he's the only one, but he's a prevalent enough type of thing.
Yeah. Plus, he's the only he's the only gamer on this list. So
yeah, he kind of had to be in by default, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right, so it feels appropriate enough to kick off this little breakdown with Harvey himself, of course. He is also seen at the end of Steampunk's playing the game console with Irving and Moff, after Moff kind of invites him into his house, is kind of the big moral of that whole 2 episodes.
Yeah, they play video games on the end.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not entirely sure what kind of game that Harvey would like. I want to say a kart racer, but he also wanted to take it a little easy in the episode Bark Kart.
I've got 2.
Yeah, I've got one in mind. That's a big one, but it might be too general. But you say yours first.
Actually, I got 2 things that Harvey I feel would be a big fan of. So since you got only one, you would go first.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking just like Animal Crossing type of thing, a nice chill game that he can just casually put on every once in a while and just like go fishing and cutting down trees. I've never played these games before, so I'm just going off of what I know. But I just get this calmer, simple, but addictive vibe from it, and that just sounds like the type of game that Harvey would enjoy.
I never played Animal Crossing, but I did play Stardew Valley, and yeah, I think Harvey would be a big fan of these kinds of games. The games that will give you an entire world that you just basically have to live in and have a job. It's like very mundane life. Harvey would be a fan of mundane life stuff.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think Stardew Valley even more so. Although I believe Stardew Valley is based off of Animal Crossing or something along those lines. So
It's. I
yeah.
think it's. I think it's mostly inspired by Harvest Moon.
Oh, Harvest Moon. Yes, that's another one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, for me, I think first of all, Harvey would be a fan of board games, video games. In front of me, I have my PlayStation to like search up games and stuff.
Yep.
I think he'd be a big fan of the game Catan. I don't know much about Catan, but I know that CH Greenblatt is probably a fan of it. So, you know, just going off of the fact that Harvey is pretty much CH Greenblatt's childhood in a character, I think Harvey would be a big fan of board games, video games, specifically the strategy ones, like
Yeah, for
the
sure.
Ampians. And I think Catan would, from what I've seen of Catan, would probably be like that. But he's also going to be a fan of, like Monopoly and stuff like that. But
Mm.
these are. So, yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, it's more in detail than I. But I'm improvising all of these, by the way. Just a disclaimer. So that's why my mind immediately went, oh, Animal Crossing, that kind of fits. But yeah, I totally agree. I think Harvey would
Yeah.
also love this game that my friend really likes called it's just another board game simulator called Tabletop Simulator. It's like on Steam. You install mods, either mods or packs or something like that you can then play various different board games on type of thing.
Was
And
it?
yeah, I think he'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah. Um, another game, another game that I think Harvey would be a big fan of. Not a game, but the DS. I think Harvey would totally own a DS, and he'd play around with like games like Drawn to Life and not Drawn to Life, but like uh,
Scribblenauts?
Brain Age Academy. Yeah, Scribblenauts, Brain Age Academy, Calculate, Dr. Kawashima, and all of that. But I think that his main favorite game series would be the Dr. Layton games because
Professor Layton? Yeah, fair
not
enough.
only is it like, yeah, not only was it like, it sounds like it sounds like Detective Dirk, like
It
straight up just
does,
like
kind of.
Detective
Yeah,
Dirk.
yeah, I
But
got those vibes.
yeah, and also like how much puzzles and the fact that it has a story and all that. I think he'd be like a huge fan of Professor Layton.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe in Phoenix Wright, but that story is a lot darker than Professor Layton to my knowledge, although Professor Layton does get a bit dark as well, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I could totally
I
see
don't know
that.
if he I don't know if he'd like to play the role of a detective and put people in jail. I don't think Harvey would be like that.
Yeah, yeah, this is true. Another one I was thinking of as you were mentioning DS
Yeah.
games, Nintendogs, because I mean, in the episode Harvey's pet, he
Ooh.
obviously wants to have a pet of his own, so that could be like the next best thing. Or a Tamagotchi. This doesn't really count as a video game, but I could totally see Harvey having a Tamagotchi that he goes and checks every day.
Yeah. And like episode idea for Harvey. He has a little Tamagotchi game. He forgets about it for a month. He comes back to it, it's dead, and then he freaks the fuck out.
That's oh man, we might have to create something like that in due time.
Yeah. That's a good episode idea. But yeah, I think Harvey's favorite game would probably be one of the Professor Layton games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
next up on my list, I've got Fee. Now, Fee, all
Hmm.
action type of thing, I reckon. Something very involved, something that I don't want to say is like brainless, but like stuff where there's action happens in type of thing.
I think there's a couple of stuff that Fee could enjoy. Let me. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Fee could enjoy. So, do you have any suggestions for you
I'm
first?
coming up with it on the fly. I was immediately going to the Doomgazer, but that's just something that we were fiddling with the other day, so it's probably
Yeah.
not the most appropriate when actually talking about this in a somewhat
For
legitimate
those
sense. So
For
it will
those who
probably
don't
fit for
know,
another character, but I'm not sure about Fee.
yeah. For those who don't know, we in this server have little role play shenanigans, and one of our inside jokes is the fact that Fee is a huge fan of Doom.
Yeah.
But I think
Or
she would
gets
be.
hooked.
I think she would be a fan of Doom. Why not?
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. Or just like an old school shooter, you know. Like
Yeah, but I
like a
think
Call of
she'd
Duty
probably.
campaign type of thing, like your Modern Warfare 2s and such.
Yeah, but I don't think she'd. She would probably flip off about like having to reload your weapon and all of that and the constantly controls. But yeah, she would definitely fiddle around with shooter games. But I think she's mostly going to be a fan of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and fighting games in general. I don't know which fighting game because you know, like you said, Harvey Fee is not about strategy. She's about chaos.
Mm.
But I think that some fighting games she would work with them.
Yeah, for sure. I can think of a few hectic ones. There's Tekken, of course, where it's all about like continuous combos, and then there's like your slasher anime games or your Marvel vs. Capcoms, where it's all flashy combos type of thing, and there's just so much going on at the screen at once type of thing.
Yeah, she would definitely be a big fan of those. I think she would also be a big fan of the Grand Theft Auto games.
Yeah, I could
Kinda.
see that. Yeah. I could also see it getting into the online.
Yeah, she would definitely be a very toxic online player.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, Fee's favorite game. I think she would definitely be a big fan of. I think she'd be a big fan of Mortal Kombat because of how
Yeah,
violent it is.
for sure. And maybe another character on
Yes.
this list will like briefly mention Mortal Kombat because I could see it working with a few others as well.
Yeah. So next up we have Fu. Now,
Yes.
now maybe I'm saying this out of just sheer brain memory, but I think Fu wouldn't be as violent as Fee because I don't know, he doesn't seem like that. Fu would probably be. Fu would probably be into more. How can I say it?
Wacky?
Yeah, wacky games. He'd be more into
Yeah.
the wacky side
Like
stuff.
maybe Octodad Dadliest Catch. That's just one that's come to my mind. Something like that where the controls are weird, everything moves really slipperily, and nothing entirely works, but it's by design type of thing.
Yeah, he'd also be a big fan of breaking stuff.
Ooh, breaking stuff. Oh. What's a good example? Oh, there's a Hulk game on the PS2 era that's called Ultimate Destruction where you can do a whole bunch of that. But I'm thinking of
I
another
think
one.
Teardown. There's Teardown.
I think there's another one on the Wii called Tornado Outbreak.
Yeah, he'd
Um,
definitely be into chaotic games. There's also Katamari, if you know Katamari
I think I know
Damacy.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the game where like you control a guy rolling a ball and you stuck on anything that you walk on it. Maybe not destruction, but straight up chaos.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think.
What's another good example I can think of? There's going to be so many arms in this podcast episode. Let me tell you, fellas. Shivers. Maybe some type of like really wacky kart racer. I'm just trying to think of one that like stands out amongst the crowd. Or maybe a biking game. A biking game might catch his interest as well. I'm not sure.
King game. I think he'd be a big fan of this game that I've been playing recently, Super Monkey Ball, by Banana Blitz, because like the controls are literally just move and jump, and it's like so much. That's like funny monkeys and bananas. I think he'd be down for this game.
Yeah. And maybe you're getting over it. And what's another one? Another one of those
I
really
think he'd
wacky
just
ones.
fiddle around with. I think he'd like chew when he's playing Getting Over It. He'd chew on the mouse.
He'd probably chew on the mouse. Yes. You're not gonna lie. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. Oh.
I think he
I
might
think we
like
got a
Craft
decent
Bandicoot.
collection for Foo there. That's a decent collection.
So what is his favorite game? I want to like at
Just
the end have
narrow
a
it down
list
to
of
like
their
ultimate favorite. Ooh.
whose favorite game.
I kind of get a vibe he'd vibe with the Tony Hawk games as well, because they're also quite wacko.
Hmm.
If only there was like a Jackass-based game, I think he'd get a kick out of that.
There is Jackass on the PSP, but I'm not sure if it's the same as the show.
Yeah.
I think what you're thinking of is Flat Out or Burnout.
Yeah, Burnout's probably another one.
Yeah, or
Splatoon,
Flat Out.
maybe Splatoon.
Flat Out is more destruction based than Burnout. He'd probably enjoy like seeing how the cars get destroyed and seeing the people
I
flying up
showed you this
there.
game as well, Split Second Velocity. It's kind of like a newer version of Burnout, just that kind of equivalent of cars causing chaos and explosions. So maybe the Need for Speed franchise, because that's the kind of the staple of that kind of genre.
Yeah. So his favorite game, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think Banana Monkey. Fuck, Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I'm gonna nominate for like Need for Speed Most Wanted, but both of those are equally good choices, I reckon.
Yeah, or one of the Tony Hawk's games that can also be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second up, we have
Third
who we
up, you
have.
mean?
Dade.
Yes, Dade is next. I get the feeling when I'm thinking of Dade and video games, I'm thinking of like Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He'd have a limited
thinking
game
of,
library, but not because of his choices, just because of his family and their values, type of thing.
I think he'd like view a lot of games as demonic, straight up,
Yeah.
like how he did with rock and roll.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be hard to please when it comes to games because you couldn't show him anything edgy. But I don't think that's going to be. I think he'd be a fan since he's a fan of VeggieTales. I think he'd be a fan of these old educational PC games. You know, did you grow up with these? I played a few.
Pajama Sam, I think, is one that I can think
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, Pajama Sam, Put.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd be a big fan of those. I think he'd also be a big fan of Bookworm Adventures.
Yes. Oh, I love that game. I love that game so much. I need to play it again.
Yeah. He'd be a big fan of, like, get all of his. I imagine he's, like, trying to get his younger siblings to play them. Then Wade, on the background, has a Sega Genesis, and he plays Altered Beast on it.
Yeah.
The younger siblings go and play with him. I don't know why I thought of Altered Beast for some reason.
Fair enough. I'd get shit weirded the fuck out by Alter Beast, I reckon.
Yeah, there's unrelated, but there's a PS2 Altered Beast game, and the transformations are fucking nasty.
There you go.
So yeah, for
I think
Dade, I think
Humongous
for Dade,
Entertainment. That's the company that makes all of those big like kids games from the 90s and such. So any one of those, Pajama Sam. There's a car one that I keep forgetting the name of, which I think is their most famous one. That might be Putt-Putt, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he'd be a big fan of those kinds of games, like Pajama Sam and all that. I don't know if any modern games he'd like, but yeah, these definitely would be.
Bluey the video game.
I think
that'd be a modern game he'd like.
Louis the game. I don't know. That you'd probably call it a kids game, but I think he'd be the type of guy who only plays games from his childhood, not much modern stuff.
This is true. Yes.
Yeah. So
next
for
up
Dade,
is
let's go.
So
yeah, Dade's favorite game. I don't know, fucking Put or
Pajama Sam.
Yeah, Pajama Sam. Next up, who?
Ruder, and I already know the answer with this one. He would be a dirt, sweaty, screamy FIFA player.
Oh.
He'd be the type of guy that buys all of the microtransactions trying to build the best team ever.
I can see it. You know. Yeah. I can also see him be into survival-based games. maybe not Minecraft, but maybe Don't Starve or The Forest, because like we got to train how to survive, and surviving in the virtual world is a good training method. I think he'd be down for that.
Matter of fact, he might be into a few RPGs because they're always the kind of vibe of you're starting from level 1 and grinding your way up type of thing, and that's a big value that he and his family have. Just like being
No, 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 no. I
humble
don't
and
think.
grinding your way to getting what you
Um,
want.
the thing for RPG is that I don't want to sound pretentious when I say that. I don't want to sound like the people who say, "Oh, you can't watch Rick and Morty unless you have 15 IQ." But I think for RPGs, you have to be a little bit hardcore in order to play them, unless it's like Pokemon. Like for example, my older brother plays a lot of FPS stuff, like Overwatch and Fortnite, but I can never imagine him playing an RPG. So I think you have to be heavily into games, or I don't know. I don't think Rooter is on that level. To,
Okay,
like,
but another
jump to
character
RPG.
later in this list probably does meet that criteria.
Yeah, yeah, I can think of it. So for Rooter, I think he'd be into fighting games too.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, I
think
could see
him
him.
and Fee would like.
Which one
Him
though?
and Fee would like.
Yeah.
Which one? Probably one of the more strategic ones.
Matter of fact, he dresses up as Ryu in the Halloween episode. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay, for that, I think that's just straight Street Fighter.
There you go. Yeah. I think I'm gonna substitute my FIFA vibes just because he sounds like a bloody FIFA player. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
I think
So
Street
wait a
Fighter would
second.
be his game.
It'll be it'll be funny to like. Fee is a big fan of Fee is a big fan of Mortal Kombat, while Rooter is a big fan of Street Fighter, and like they clash over that.
That would be interesting. Now,
Yeah.
I've got a boring as fuck answer for Techno Bear, but it's Just Dance.
Yeah. Just dance, boy.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Uh,
Just gets the workouts in and gets the ladies, according to him, anyways.
yeah. Or I can imagine like somebody like Mikey trying to get him into video games, and he's like, video games are for babies." Then he sees Hi-Fi Rush, and he's like, "This shit is great." Because with Hi-Fi Rush, you need to pay attention to the rhythm. You have to move and attack according to the rhythm. So yeah, I think he'd also be a fan of Hi-Fi Rush, but
Yeah,
not as big as a fan of Just Dance.
yeah. Or DDR. DDR would probably be a good one as well because that's kind of a mixture of both. It's both a dancing game, but also very much you have to be within the rhythm and timing. Timing is big with that game.
Yeah. Now you know that they released a Just Dance 2020 on the fucking Wii.
They did. It was nuts. They continued to milk that console until it was no longer milkable.
The last game released was on 2022. It was a GTA inspired game. Very strange, but yeah, I think he'd be a big fan of Just Dance. Which one? Who cares?
any, especially now since they run like a subscription process to like get access to older songs and such.
Yeah, I'd also be a big fan of Beat Saber.
Oh, Beat Saber is a good example. Yes,
Yeah,
and
just
maybe the
anything
Guitar
rhythm.
Hero and Rock Band stuff as well.
I think he's more into dancing, not playing
Yeah,
music.
this is true.
But yeah, there is also something. Maybe it doesn't count, but Rockstar of all companies released on the PSP a program called Beatinator. It's on the PSP. It has a box art, has a release, but it's not a game. It's a music. It's a music producing program.
There you go.
If that counts, yeah, if that counts, he definitely get into that.
Yeah, I
There's
could see
also
that.
the Wii game Boogie. I think Boogie would be. Do you remember that?
Yes, I think I know. It's like this big pink guy who's wearing John Travolta's suit from Saturday Night Fever.
I think he is. I think it is his favorite game because it has more personality. He'd definitely be like, "Yeah, this guy's cool."
Yeah, this is true. I mean, Yeah. If he'd be picking up all the ladies, then yeah, he'd definitely relate, or at least he'd think he'd relate.
Yeah. So yeah, Techno Bear Boogie. Next up, who do we have?
We got Claire. Now, Claire, much like seen throughout the show, I imagine has a darker side to her that she only gets to reveal when she's either not at home or home alone type of thing. So I reckon her favourite game would be something brutal, like God of War, or fuck, what would be a good example? Dead
I think
Rising? I don't know. Um,
I think she does. Oh, I think Fee and Rooter would be big fans of Dead Rising. Now they mention it.
yeah, since it's all about killing zombies and such.
Yeah, killing zombies and also surviving off of one mall. Though you know that this game is. Yesterday I was buying some games. Dead Rising is on the PlayStation for $10. Straight
Nuts.
up,
Like
like
actually on
base
the store
price.
for $10.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
like that is way too low for such a game. Like, yeah, it's good for that's cheap, but I don't know. That felt strange. Like, it's Dead Rising is not a game worth $10.
It's worth $5.
Yeah, so I'd much prefer it have it on like fucking sale for $5 rather than base price be $10. So
Yeah, favorite
Claire, I
game
think
for
she's.
Claire.
I
Anything
think
you're
she'd
coming up
be a.
with?
I think she'd be a very heavy RPG fan.
Oh, okay. There you go. I was thinking of applying this to another character, but yeah, I could see it with Claire as well.
The thing with RPG is that you have a very detailed story and you have a bunch of characters that become your friends. And for Claire, a character with such a like her family dynamic is very uh, not awkward, but she is definitely neglected a bit. I think she would definitely use RPG games as escapism.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think another character will use games as escapism, who we'll get to after this. But yeah, I could totally see
yeah.
that.
Make her after Claire, so that we would be done with her. Um, I assume it's a her.
No, it's not. It's someone else.
Oh, okay then. So for Claire, yeah, I think she'd be a big RPG fan. She would also, yeah, the RPG a bit, maybe Pokemon a bit.
Yeah. I was thinking like
So
Final
yeah,
Fantasy VII or something like that.
yeah, I think her favorite game would probably be Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy VII, Persona 5. Yeah,
Yeah, anything on that kind of par or level.
yeah.
All right.
So
Next up, I've got Kratz. Now, again, this might be a bit simple. I'm going with a superhero game, baby. I'm going for either the Batman Arkham series or the Insomniac Spider-Man series. I think that would be his kind of escapism of how he gets his inspiration for his comics and just makes him feel more powerful and capable and more self-confident about himself than he actually is, type of thing.
Yeah, I think he'd definitely be a big fan of the Batman Arkham games. He might also be a big fan of Manhunt, just because like how edgy and dark that game is. But like, Manhunt and Harvey Beaks, what a good comparison.
There's going to be plenty of that left today, folks, let me tell you.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Kratz?
Yeah, I think I could see him playing an edgy game as well, like a GTA San Andreas, and I could see him not liking the newer ones.
Not that kind of edgy. I was thinking of edgy, like dark, gritty, violent.
Dark, gritty. Okay, then Batman Arkham's probably what I'm gonna lock in that case.
He might also be a fan of a fan of the fucking what is shit? I forgot it. A fan of forgot it.
It'll come.
Went straight over my head.
What's it got?
No, I don't. Let's move on. If
Oh,
I remember it later.
Okay. Well, you'll be happy about this next one. It's your favorite character, Piri Piri.
Hooray! Well,
Shout out to Madeline again for the cameo.
I'd say my I'd say not my favorite. It used to be my favorite, but now I definitely go with like Princess Kathy and Fiend Harvey. But yeah,
Yeah.
she is pretty awesome, and she noticed us. Yeah,
Yeah,
Piri
Madeline
Piri
Curry.
noticed us. Yeah,
Hopefully many
she
more
said
can
hi
find
to
that.
us.
Yes.
She said hi to us, so that is great. So for Piri Piri, I think she would be a big fan of nature-based games. There is this game that yeah, there's this one game that I bought recently called Alba, where you go around a you go around a island and you discover all the animals and help them. Yeah, I think she'd be down for that kind of game.
Yeah, I could see it.
I,
Um,
I think she'd also be down for a lot of gardening games like Stardew Valley, uh, um,
Viva
grow
Pinata.
a garden, grow a garden on fucking Roblox. I don't know.
Viva Pinata is a gardening-based game that I can remember.
That's unexpected. I remember Viva Pinata. It was that one dumb show they kept airing.
It wasn't a show; it was a game.
Yeah, but there was a show based on it.
Oh, there was. I didn't know about this show.
Yeah, there is. I fucking watched it when I was a kid.
There you go. Yeah, I
Yeah.
could see that. I could also
So
see it being into like a Zelda type game because of the episode Arbor Day kind of thing and her fascination of the story type of thing.
yeah, she definitely be into like a lot of fantasy games like Skyrim and all that.
Yeah, I could see her being an Elder Scrolls fan for sure.
Yeah, she'd also will she be a fan of Miyazaki's games?
Name me an example because I can't think of any on the top of my head.
FromSoft.
Still nothing.
Dark Souls,
Dark
dude.
Souls. Oh
Dark Souls.
yes. Oh yeah. She'd be. Oh, that's probably my top list actually. Yes, that's probably my top. That's probably my go-to right now.
She'd be a fan of Dark Souls.
Probably not like the most happiest going or positive vibed about it, but yes, she would be addicted.
Yeah, like outside she's like very sweet and happy, but like in private she's very fucking mad over Dark Souls. But that's how she unleashes her inner anger.
Yeah.
I think she'd also. I think her and Claire would be like play Pokemon together.
Yeah, I could see that. They do like
Yeah, like
trading and such. Yeah.
yeah, trading and playing together. That could be wholesome, and I can see that happening.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
fantastic.
yeah, shit. Also, is there like any flower-based games?
Flowers. Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah, she might be a fan of Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah. I think
But
that's
pretty
probably
much make
second
any
on my
game,
list right now for games I'm voting for her. It's like Dark Souls and then PvZ.
make any game that and it like have it with gardens and flowers, and she'd be down for it.
Yeah, I reckon that's a good basis to go off of.
Yeah. So, oh, I found a game for Harvey.
Oh, yeah, say it.
Unpacked.
Unpacked. This sounds familiar.
It's a game where you literally uh, clean up and sort out rooms
Oh, okay.
while a story is
Unpacking.
being told in the
There
background.
you go.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
he'd definitely be into Unpacked. But for Perry, I think she'd also be into a lot of farming games on the internet on
Yeah.
mobile.
There's also Farming Simulator that's been around for years.
That one sucks. I played it. It's really cryptic.
Cryptic. What do you mean cryptic?
I don't know, dude. I didn't understand it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think Perry would be into a lot of games, but definitely my pick for her favorite game, probably. Hmm. Let's go with Pokemon.
You know what? Yeah, I feel like in regards to like genuine overall enjoyment, I think Pokemon would take the cake.
Yeah.
But she's definitely way more of a gamer than I thought before we started recording this video, I reckon.
Yeah. She's also into Doom from the roleplay that
Yeah.
we did.
Yes, for sure. Maybe that's why I was thinking she'd be into Dark Souls for that kind of roleplay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So
next
next
up
up,
is Princess.
Princess. I think Princess would also kind of be into RPG to like use it as escapism.
Yeah, probably Pokemon actually, and she'd be like getting really upset whenever she loses or something like that.
I think how she would also be into. Here's the headcanon. Whenever she plays video games, she gives it to Dr. Roberts first, so he would finish and grind everything, and then give it to her to like make her feel powerful.
Yes, I think that is a perfect headcanon. Yes, that is
Yeah,
entirely
so
what she would do. So, like, before she'd even pick up the console for Pokemon, she's already got all of the Pokemon. She's already got the shiny charm and all of this extra stuff.
yeah, like let's say she plays a kingdom management game. She gives it like, why am I a level 1 peasant? I want to be the queen. And like she gives it to Dr. Roberts. He has to do all of the grinding and play the game, and he gives
Yes.
it to her at the end. She's like,
Yes.
he reached level 1000 and stuff. And like, as soon as she holds the controller, she loses all of the grinding.
No, not even that. Like, as soon as she picks up the controller or just gets handed the game after Roberts has finished grinding, it's just like, I want to move on to something else now. This is old.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it. So, her favorite game, I don't know. Probably something where as soon as you pick it up, you have all the power in the world.
What would be a good example of that? Shit.
Which maybe Minecraft when you like play it on creative.
Yeah, I could see that. I
Like,
could
yeah,
see her
she'd
like
burn
starting
down.
up a creative mode, or sorry, like a survival game, but going into creative first so she could get all of the weapons type of thing and all of the stuff that helps her out, and then just start
Oh,
survival from there.
yeah, that I actually found there's a cool episode idea. All of the gang get into Minecraft and they're trying to like start a server and play, but Princess shows up and she got all the diamonds, all the netherite, all everything in the world. And everybody gets super competitive and they ruin the game. Just to, at the end, find out that she was hacking.
Yeah, that would make it. We're gonna have to. I'll have to go through these and log in all of these episodes ideas because I do want to create my own. I'm gonna announce this actually. I want to make my own like comic book continuation of the series in due time, and
Oh,
yeah, I'd definitely like create these kind of episodes in that style, in if possible.
sure, do that, dude.
Yeah,
That'd be
for sure.
great.
So, any ideas in the comments of the YouTube or the Podbean, let me know and I'll consider them. I'll grab, I think,
I got,
26 will be my limit, and then just
I
pick and
got an
choose what I'd like
idea.
to work. Yeah.
I got an idea. Harvey gets Ligma. Harvey gets Ligma.
Ah, yes, you genius. You are a genius.
Yay. So yeah, Princess, fucking I don't know, creative Minecraft. Why would she even play a video game?
Honestly, yeah.
Why would she play a video game?
She'd get
So
bored really quickly.
yeah, after Princess, who do we have?
We've got the Alpha Gamer, baby. We've got Big Mikey.
Mikey. He'd be into everything.
Yes, he'd be into Frogger. That would be his favourite game, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, he'd be into it. I think he'd be a fan of Sonic.
Yeah, I think he could be a Sonic fan.
He'd be a fan of Sonic. Maybe a fan of Mega Man too.
Yeah. He'd be the kind of Sonic player like myself who just goes back to all the levels he already nails and just gets a high score every single time or a new fastest time.
Yeah, I think Mikey plays anything pretty much.
Yeah. He'll just play anything, and he'll be like big into what's going down in E3 or Games Expo as they call it now, and yeah, just pursuing whatever the latest and greatest and what he excites him type of thing.
Yeah, also maybe into online gaming.
Online gaming, yeah. I could see him being into RuneScape or World of Warcraft.
Or League of Legends.
League of Legends. Oh no. Oh no. He actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna vote that as his favorite
Ooh.
game.
Oh, I got one. I got
yeah.
one. Claire is a big fan of Genshin Impact.
Yes.
And Princess bullies her for that, but she's also secretly a fan of Genshin Impact.
Yes.
That would be epic. So yeah. But for Mikey, I think he'd be a fan of anything.
Yeah, I could also see him being a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. So he'd be into the lore and watch game theory.
He'd be looking into everything. Alright, now the last character I have listed on this list, wow, what riveting dialogue from me there, is Kathy.
Are there any leaf-based?
Yeah, give me a leaf-based game, baby. Can I say Animal Crossing again? Pikmin,
Sure,
actually. Pikmin might be a nice
yeah. Pikmin might also, Pikmin could be a fun game. That I also think she'd be like, she might try doing let's plays on her.
Yeah, I could see her doing let's plays on her YouTube, yeah, or whatever, the Bark Tube, whatever it's called.
So she'd definitely be a fan of also a big fan of FNAF and stuff like that.
Yeah, just stuff that could gain attention.
Yeah, just to try and get attention. So yeah, what is?
But at the same time, though, we did learn that the views aren't always the greatest things for her. So I'm not sure if she'd be actively trying to pursue getting views and stuff. But you never know.
She might try it because one of her friends challenged her to do that, and she's like, "Okay, let's try this game that somebody told me to try." And she's like, doesn't know what's going on, and then she fucking gets jump scared.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So yeah, her favorite game, I don't know. Pikmin.
Yeah, Pikmin, Animal Crossing. I think Animal Crossing is probably my safest bet. Because did I change what my favorite would be for Harvey?
You did. Okay, let's do a review of our choices and end this episode to make it short.
Yep.
So, yeah. So for Harvey, the Professor Layton games.
Yeah. I think I agreed with you on that one.
Yeah. Fee, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna concede to that as well. Or yeah, I think I am going to concede to that. Somebody else is gonna get a different one.
Yeah. Fu, Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah.
Funny
there was
ball
something else I
game.
suggested for him that I think I conceded as well. But yeah.
Dade, Pajama Sam.
Pajama Sam, yes. He would be the least gaming of the gamers of this video.
Yeah. Rooter, Street Fighter.
Yeah, Ruda Street Fighter. Although it's I kind of want to say Dead Rising for him as well, so it's tough.
Yeah. Or Dead Rising.
I think we will say stick with Street Fighter though, just because again he dresses up as Ryu in the Halloween episode.
Yeah. Kratz. Claire.
I think we skipped Techno Bear.
I think. Oh, Techno Bear. Yeah, Techno Bear. Just Dance.
Yeah, Just Dance.
Piri Piri.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Claire, Final Fantasy VII. I think that's what I said.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII for Claire. Kratz. The Batman Arkham games.
Yes, Batman Arkham.
Princess. Creative Minecraft or Genshin Impact.
Yeah. I think.
Mikey. Yeah, Mikey. Let's go with Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic.
And for Kathy, Pikmin or Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Animal Crossing.
That's a decent list.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. It worked out better than I thought it was going to. I thought I'd really struggle with certain characters, but just one quick reminder about things that they've done, and boom, a buttload of ideas can come out of it, type of thing.
Yeah, so, that has been our little mini episode.
Yes. Hopefully next time we'll return to the usual trio and we'll try to fork out or lengthen out the episode.
Yeah, and I promise that the next episode will be about Harvey,
Harvey.
the little guy in the episode where everybody's not is looking for Harvey.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, the next episode will be about Harvey. We're gonna spend here. It's gonna be a 3-hour special. We're gonna talk about Harvey non-stop, and yeah.
Yes, look forward to that, fellas. Look forward to that.
Yeah, it's Morbius time.
Yeah, baby, it's Morbius time.
It's Morbius time. So yeah, goodbye, everybody.
See yous.